Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Hey, don't forget to like, listen, and comment. Thanks for everybody that checks us out, everybody that views us, our first time and last time viewers. I got that for somebody. Don't worry about it. It's tight. Don't forget to catch us every Friday, 7 p.m. at the Friday Fix, Pacific time, and 1 p.m. on Sunday, our Sunday Town Hall. I like to call it Check Notes. We can change the name. It's whatever. Bow. I got the logos down there. Yeah, it's been a wild day. I mean, we reported on it last time, but we're going to touch a little bit more on the wildfires in California. And it's a live update. Kenneth Fire grows nearly 1,000 acres, 0% containment. So at least 5 people are believed to be dead, with the LA County Sheriff saying he expects the numbers to rise as a series of devastating fires grow uncontained across Southern California amid dry and windy conditions, leaving officials scrambling to contain the historic destruction. Thousands of firefighters are battling at least 5 sprawling wildfires spread around the Los Angeles area. The largest, the Palisades Fire and Pacific Palisades, has scorched over 19,000 acres, destroying thousands of structures and remains 0% contained. The Easton Fire in Alameda now stands at more than 13,000 acres and 0% contained. More than 180,000 people have been ordered to evacuate as the inferno spreads. Also, to add to that, State Farm also canceled California homeowners insurance policies months before the wildfire. The insurance company's reasoning for canceling the policies for people living in Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles County, California, was due to elevated concerns associated with an increase in the frequency and magnitude of wildfires in the states, according to Newsweek.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, just to give it some context, I believe like acre is like 2.5 football fields or something like that. I believe an acre is something like that.
An acre's maybe like half a football field. It's not that big.
Not that big?
No, acre's really not that big.
I mean, acre. I mean, it's some land though. It's a pretty decent
like
amount of land.
You're on an acre of land.
No, I'm not on acre of land. But let's just say this overall though. But it's a decent sized amount of land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, without giving full context of it. And so this at one of them's 13,000 acres, man.
Yeah. Let me read this pretty. The insurance company's decision was deemed a necessary business strategy to prevent financial failure, allegedly due to California state law that prevented companies from raising premiums to match the elevated risk, the Newsweek reported. Other insurance companies followed State Farm's decision, which has resulted in significant homeowner insurance crisis in the state as residents have been limited in their options.
Yeah, I mean, like I've told you before, man, insurance companies are a scam. That's how I feel. That's my personal opinion of it. And I know that this is a harsh opinion, but it's true. I believe that the federal government might as well take over insurance companies and be our own insurer, because we're going to end up paying for all this anyway. Just like we're going to end up paying for everything that happened in Florida when the hurricane came. It's going to, this is a reoccurring thing. It's just like, look at Texas. It's the same exact thing. I heard somebody online pretty much say something like, this is what happens when you have a Democratic, government in place. I said, so what about Florida? What about Texas? This is consistently happening in Houston and other areas of Texas.
They always take that option or that reason to say, that's because we have a Democrat in power. Vote Republican if you want crime to go down. Bro, the Republicans signed most of the legislation to make it so people don't go to jail for the crimes anyways. But
higher crime, there's higher crime in red states. But the point of this is with the insurance companies, and how I feel about it is that, why do we have insurance companies if all they're going to do is pretty much cut people's, these people who've had these policies for years?
Yes.
This lady said her parents had the policy. They said they lived there for 75 years. They've had that policy. I'm not sure if it's the exact same policy, but for 75 years, they've had insurance on this home. And now all of a sudden, months before this happens, you cut their insurance.
Because they knew. I mean, that's the whole thing, though. It's like they said, it's financial failure because the homes are worth so much and they can't raise the premium on them. If they were able, if they had a law, if the law was allowing them, I'm not sticking up for them, but if the law allowed the insurance companies to raise the premium, these 1,600 people, these homes would still be insured.
How long have these people been paying without having to file a claim? Because these houses haven't burned down, and I don't know how long.
But
how long have they?
With the insurance company, bro, they're going to look I'm not defending. I'm just telling. This is business. You're a businessman.
You're defending.
Oh, well, you're a businessman.
No, I'm a businessman too. But I can explain my.
Yeah, you can explain.
You're explaining the side of it that needs to be explained.
Yeah, because they look at it and they're like, okay, Florida, look, these hurricanes are coming in. They're coming in stronger. We're not going to keep rebuilding your home. They looked at California like, look, you're in danger of wildfires. They know this stuff a year ahead of time. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, look, California's been bad because of the floods and now the fires. Insurance companies are like, look, we can't keep doing this with you. Where you live at is a natural disaster area.
Well, then they should
It's not going to be habitable.
They should go.
Everyone needs to move. You got to move.
Not the people, the insurance companies. They need to go because I've got places that are I've got properties that are other places that they've raised my insurance and there's no flooding going on there, wildfires, none of that going on. But you raise my insurance by 50% anyways.
They raise your insurance because the cost of everything gone up, the cost of lumber, the cost of car parts, the cost of reconstruction, the cost of labor. Yeah, it all goes up. So why should you still? People don't understand that. Like, why should you still pay $50 for insurance when it costs more than that to fix your car?
I'm not trying to say $50 or anything like that. What I'm saying is this right here. And we're talking about
the wild
cars and houses are different, but let's just say it like from this perspective. Do we understand that insurance companies, this money doesn't just get, that's a huge stockpile cash business insurance companies are, because you're getting money for doing nothing at an insurance company, unless someone does something, unless there's some, accident somewhere, something like that. Most of them are denying claims as best they can.
Yeah.
Most of them. So they take this money. This is why Berkshire Hathaway, which is run by Warren Buffett, this is why they bought Geico, because Geico brings in so much cash. They take that money. They can then use it like a bank. They can go and get 10 times the amount of money. So if they get $10, they can go and make loans of $100 with that same exact money. This is what insurance companies are able to do. At a grander scale, maybe not your local insurance company guy, but this is at a grander scale. This is what they're doing with the capital that's coming into them, period. And so when you look at it that way, how many billions are they making a year just out of California? Billions that they're bringing in insurance fees.
Yeah, but people are, it's like you're acting like, they're making billions, but people aren't making claims. And people,
no. Even if you make claims and I can still go out and lend for 10 times what you're giving me, I can hold off on whatever claims and go get 10 times.
But it's crazy. A lot of those people, and this is one thing too, when your insurance company sends you a letter in the mail, it's not a bill or a record. You need to open that up and read it. Because State Farm, I know they were dropping people just because if you got State Farm within 3 years and you had an accident or an incident that was at fault or a claim, they dropped you just for one. Because they're not playing no more. Look, these people, you live in a natural disaster area. Yeah, California is beautiful, but they know it's prone to wildfires and flooding. The insurance companies aren't doing it no more. You need to move, or you need to find, or you're gonna have to pay hell
rid
of
of these insurance companies. And in my personal opinion, it might as well be government run insurance.
All right, let's make an example out of this. Say I live on a big old piece of ice in the middle of the ocean. I built my house on a piece of ice. The insurance company insured it, right? Mm-hmm. But now it's getting hot and the ice is melting. Is the insurance company going to keep making that ice bigger for me every time I make a claim? No, they're going to tell my dumb ass to move off the ice because you can't live on it.
I get it, but these same insurance companies that insure houses and cars insure people as well, and they've been beating people for a long time. The insurance companies, this is just how I feel, are, I don't want to say it because I got, but I don't like insurance companies when it comes to certain things. To me, they're not doing right by the American people.
And this whole thing all the way around, it's a sad tragedy. Some of these houses, they're not going to be able to be rebuilt. Some of these people, a lot of people in some of the areas, they're not going to get their homes back.
Yeah, somebody else is going to buy the property.
It's a sad humanitarian situation. And then people don't want to believe in climate change because the movies make you think it's all supposed to happen at once. All the tsunamis are going to hit, all the earthquakes are going to hit, the fires. No, pay attention, folks. It's slow.
Yeah,
slow. Look, you have these fires in California. You had North Carolina cities get washed out because the hurricane came that far into land.
You also see that what's going on in the Arctic right now. Like Russia is going to be able to ship freight and it's going to be quicker than shipping it. If you want to go from the West Coast to basically from the West Coast,
the ice is melted so much. There's a whole new pathway. They
can pretty much take things from Europe through the Arctic to the West Coast faster than anywhere else. That's the fastest route to take rather than going all the way around through by Saudi Arabia, India, all that kind of stuff. They're going to be taking stuff through there. So it's getting to a point to where everyone understands that the climate is changing rapidly. It's not just changing little by little.
We're past the point of no return. Yeah. They said that we're cooked. It's over.
Yeah, it is what it is, but I feel sorry for everybody whose homes burned down.
Yeah.
I understand insurance companies do have their use, and they do have, they got to protect themselves as a company too, because they said there's going to be $52 billion to rebuild this to rebuild the.
So far, I mean, zero. I mean, I just in that live update
contained.
I just sent you was for me. It was 10 minutes ago. That's a live update. 0% contained.
Yeah, and I know a couple of other ones just started as well. They started something. I had people on my Facebook feed saying that they got alerts to leave. They didn't even know a fire was even near them. So this is a whole other part of town. It's starting to burn as well. So, like we said, our prayers to them.
They have the Hearst fire. It's Los Angeles County. It's burning for 3 days. They have the Lydia fire. That's up a little further northern. Which one is this one? The Bridge fire. The Eaton fire. They have a Sunset fire. 0% or 100% contained. That was contained.
They said this
Palisades Fire.
The Santa Ana winds are blowing like 100 miles an hour right now in the wrong direction.
They got the Kenneth Fire.
They said Rogan said something about this about either 6 months ago or whatever, 6 years, one of the two. He was like, hey, the reason we've been really lucky because the winds have gone in the wrong direction. If they go in another direction, it's just going to sweep through.
Yeah.
This is just exactly
think about
what
it.
happened.
Like Santa Barbara and Carpinteria, where I'm from, bro, it caught they had a wildfire up there and it burned the whole city. Burned it all the way down. And that's my home. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, it's climate change. California is a desert, period, point blank. That's what it's supposed to be. They have to bring in water there anyways.
Yeah,
so,
fresh water.
The world, our world is changing and people need to adapt to it.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, I mean,